Rich, I want to pivot the conversation to a completely different topic, which is Twitter this morning, if you'd indulge me. We were just talking about it in the last segment because there's this explosive new story. This is both out of the Washington Post and CNN as well, that there is a whistleblower that's now emerged. This whistleblower has gone to the SEC and argued that apparently Twitter has been reckless, I think was the word that was used, at least in one of the headlines, with how they've treated hacking and spam. Does this change the dynamic to the degree that you think it does at all of the Musk case against Twitter, allowing him to walk on the basis that the bots on the platform are more than previously disclosed?
So there's a couple things. First off, I haven't read the whistleblower's full complaint, obviously, because it's confidential. So I haven't seen the entire complaint to know exactly what is in there. But I will say two things that I think are important for your viewers, Andrew. One is the fact that the agreement Musk signed never actually, the acquisition agreement of Twitter never talks about bots itself or the percentage of bots itself. It basically says it is relying on Twitter's publicly filed SEC filings for its view of bots or its view of users. And so if you read the paragraph in Twitter's, this is in all of Twitter's filings, I think it's important to actually read exactly what it says. So Twitter states, so our estimation of false or spam accounts may not accurately represent the actual number of such accounts, and the actual number of false or spam accounts could be higher than we have estimated. So Twitter is basically saying, this is the number we estimate, meaning less than 5% of accounts, but it may be higher because our number and our math may be wrong. That appears to cover, unless there is an intentional cover-up by Twitter.
Rich, you and I are in full agreement. Up until this very moment, I would have said to you it would cover it across the board. What it would not cover is if, in fact, some numbers were being hidden or something else was happening in a nefarious and not just negligent way. Now, again, you and I, we haven't seen the actual whistleblower complaint, but to the extent that there is now one out there, do you think it changes the dynamic in the case, which is to say, prior to this, I thought, at least this is my own view, I thought a judge would look at this case and say, I'm not even going down the rabbit hole of trying to do the math on how many folks are bots or not, because you, Mr. Musk, signed up to buy what we thought. The case itself with a whistleblower now making these accusations, does it present a possibility for more discovery for Mr. Musk and change the dynamic of the case? And by the way, as you note, the stock of Twitter down today about 3.5% just on this news. So I may not be the only person at least raising these questions. I imagine others are too.
Andrew, first of all, it's certainly reasonable to be more concerned today than you were yesterday. I think anyone would look at this and be concerned. I think you would, though, have to believe that Twitter's senior executives, from Jack Dorsey, CFO Ned Siegel, they've all been knowingly filing false SEC documents for years. I mean, that's essentially what you'd have to believe, that all of these SEC documents, that they're knowingly reporting the wrong numbers in order to get advertisers, essentially to spend against numbers that are knowingly false. It seems a little hard to fathom. Obviously, nothing is impossible, but it seems hard to fathom. And it does seem like when you read this, it does seem like the way you treat bots or count bots is a pretty vague and open to our interpretation. And so even that may be covered by what we see here, because there are, even when I'm reading about the whistleblower, that there were multiple ways that Twitter was looking at the bot count or the user account, which is sort of, when you read this paragraph in their filings, it basically talks about the difficulties in figuring this out. And that's why they gave themselves this sort of, well, we could be wrong clause, which, again, no one's ever really focused on this clause who invested in Twitter before. But I do think that that is probably the most important sentence of this entire case.